everyone, and welcome to PUAN Alumni Voices. I'm Rimsha. This is our first ever Facebook Live chat. Today I have with me two fantastic alumni who went on the International Visitors Leadership Program, and both of them are disability rights activists, and I'm sure you know both of them because they're actually pretty popular faces. This is Abia, Akram, and that's Shabbar. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. So in this program, we're going to be talking to our exchange alumni about their exchange journey, what they did in the U.S., what they learned in the U.S., and then ever since they got back to Pakistan, how they have incorporated all the learning of the cultural exchange that they had over there in Pakistan. So let's start off with you, Ali. How about that? Yeah. Tell us about the exchange program that you went on. Which state were you placed in, and what did you learn?
I went on in 2013. It was a leadership exchange program for persons with disabilities with PUAN, Mobility International USA. And we went to the state is called Oregon, and the city is Eugene. We spent almost 14 days or 2 weeks in that state. It was fantastic to have meeting with different people from different organizations working for persons with disabilities in the US. Similarly, spending a lot of time with the host family. It was one of those exchange programs which was very memorable, and we cannot define how much we were learning about it and how was the exciting level at that time, because every day it was a new thing to learn, and every day is a new step to take with them.
Yeah, fantastic. So yes,
thank you very much for having us, because this is very important. We were so excited to hear so many things. So we thought like 1 hour, it's very limited to discuss or hear everything we have done. But just shortly or briefly, what we have done, like I've been part of like 2 exchange programs that was specifically for persons with disabilities, and second one was only for women and girls with disabilities. So almost 30-35 persons with disabilities from Pakistan, and some non-disabled people also joined this program because we were engaging some policy makers, some UN organization, some international organization representatives, and the most importantly, persons with disabilities themselves. And the interesting part, from going from Pakistan to the US and learning from their worst experiences, because in Pakistan we have seen like not much have done on the disability rights. We are working on the rights-based approach, excluding from the charity-based or medical model, but it sounds like going there and seeing the visibility of persons with disabilities, their infrastructure, their legislation, the way they are dealing with the rights of persons with disabilities was very positive. And we all really enjoyed it because all the women with disabilities from the Balochistan, Sindh, KPK provinces, so they traveled first time in their life. And they were crying and all, but can you imagine, like it was 38 hours flight, and after reaching there, they were so fresh and excited. It seems like only 2 hours to get there.
Oh wow,
so, it was amazing. Yeah.
So was this the first time that either of you was traveling abroad?
Not for us, because definitely we have experienced a lot of different traveling exchanges, not only exchanges, we went for different meetings as well on disability advocacy and disability rights, as we were one of those blessed guys who has a lot of interaction at the global level, at the global platform on disability. But definitely it was my first time traveling to US and learning about disability and disability movement of US. So that was, you can say, it was my first time of traveling to US.
Alright, so let's talk a little bit more about the cultural exchange that you had over there. You told us that you've learned a lot about disability rights in the US and how they are working on creating a more inclusive environment over there. When you were in Eugene, Oregon, where did you go, and what particularly, what were the aspects of inclusive disability that you learned from the US?
Different meetings were organized by the organizers at that time, and with different organizations like different inclusive schools. We went to the community schools as well, and the mainstream elementary schools, where we met the teachers, how they are taking care of disability and inclusion, and they told about that it's the one aspect of it that all right for all persons with disability. So that's why it's not, you can have segregated class for disabled person. They have the same class and same room for all children with disabilities. Secondly, I remind of one statement of the mayor of Eugene, because Eugene is one of those US cities which is very much accessible for persons with disabilities. And I asked how many persons with disabilities are there in Eugene, and they said, we don't have any idea. And I said, no, why don't you collect the data? Because in Pakistan we always talk about the statistics and data, because at that number we will achieve, then we will do such things. They said, no, over here, if one person with disabilities living here, we have to make them the rights and accessibility to them. So that is one amazing thing which I always reflect back to my key stakeholders in Pakistan, that look what they are doing and what we have to do.
Exactly. And secondly, like it's a very, like in my second exchange program where all the women with disabilities were there, we had experience of inclusive sports, inclusive, free fall from the tree, and those were bicycle and also some swimming pool. There was some accessibility in that. So these kind of things that we really do enjoy about that. So that was the key interaction with those systems, like where they have made it fully inclusive for us. And one important aspect of living with the host families, because they have the very interesting part of the exchange program, we have learned about that, living in their houses, how they accommodated the wheelchair users, the hearing impaired people.
With their pets especially.
So how long did you guys stay with the host family?
I guess it's 9 days.
9 to 10 days.
So after the 2 weeks you were with the host family?
Exactly.
Almost, you can say, and it was lovely because when we were coming back, my host father gave me the key. I said, what is this? He said, this is the key, and this is not the ordinary key, it's the key of my main door.
Okay.
And whenever you come back to US, please feel free to come to your home. It's your home now. So that's the, you can say, engagement with the host families and how they are taking. We never say that Mr. Doug or Miss Susan, because these are the name of our host families. We always say Mama and Papa. So.
And they are still like our mom and dad, so they are supporting us and still in contact and keep asking what you're doing. But interestingly, like the food, the culture, we have cared with them, because they always said, like, we have read a lot of things about the Pakistani food in books, but you have like practically cooked and made for us, so that was really.
Oh, so you guys cook food, Pakistani food over there?
Yeah, we do. We did. I cooked a chicken biryani for them,
Oh.
and it was a lovely experience because it was my first time to cooking something. So
First time you cooked chicken biryani. That's one of the toughest things to make.
Yeah, but thanks God that it was a wonderful experience. They enjoyed a lot, but very scary when I was eating my first spoon of it. But yes, after eating that, I finished the whole plate.
So it was that good that you finished it.
Yeah, the interesting thing, like they were also supporting us, like hearing impaired people, visually impaired and physically disabled, they all were cooking together. So this was maybe first time for them as well to cook, but it was interesting.
Yes, actually, if you want to see more about this cooking journey, we have a video on our Facebook page. Just go there, and this video has definitely been one of our very, very popular videos. Everybody loves how everybody's cooking and enjoying and shopping and dancing while they're cutting the chicken as well. So yes. But I think that's the beauty of cultural exchange programs.
Exactly.
What places did you go to in the US apart from Oregon?
We went to Seattle, we went to another place.
It's Portland, and there is another. The capital of Oregon is I'm missing the name of it.
We have a quiz coming up, and we are going to test your knowledge.
Yeah. I'm just missing the name of the capital. It's just because we just spent only 2 hours. Then we went to the beach of Oregon. It was wonderful to have that clean and very good beach, calm and clean beach.
And they were providing accessibility even on the beach.
Even on the beach.
Yeah, so we bought very big kind of like wheelchairs, and we went on the very close to the water, and it was really, really nice. Yeah, so that was a completely different experience. In US, I went to New York and Washington and different conferences, but the exchange program, it was in Oregon.
Well, we are going to test your knowledge of Oregon as well. Anyways, let's move forward. So you went to the US for 2 weeks. what did you do when you get back, when you got back to Pakistan? What were some of the projects that you took part in, the activities that you initiated? Of course, you became a part of the Pakistan-U.S. Alumni Network, which is one of the largest networks of U.S. government-sponsored exchange programs alumni. So how has that association been for you? And in fact, as we're talking, for everybody who's watching us there on Facebook, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment right below this video, and we will definitely ask Ali and Abia these questions as well.
Yeah.
So yes, please do tell us.
Well, under the umbrella of PUAN, I did my ASG, which is Alumni Small Grant, on inclusive education, because I'm a big fan of the inclusive education system in the US. And what they are doing, I exactly replicate that steps with the teachers training module with our teachers. Similarly, I encourage other alumni as well, like there was a lady, Mara, who is very active alumni of Shabbar chapter, then Maria, then Taiba, to do certain projects on disability as well. So you can say support them in different types, doing mentoring them. And definitely, as a board member of PUAN, I used to give a lot of advices on inclusion. When we even organized by PUAN chapter, I used to give them particular advice on accessibility and stuff, that how we can include more person with disabilities, alumni in our events. So that was one part. And as an individual part or organization, as a step part, I replicated a lot of things from that exchange program, specifically at the policy level, because I admire a lot of things that how the ADA, the American Disability Act, they have formulated, and same the things which we are doing in Pakistan to formulate our first ever National Disability Act in Pakistan. So I just replicated a lot of steps with them, as in, you can say, in the disability movement of Pakistan.
Yeah, and for me, like, since we came back, all the persons with disabilities from all the provinces, they are quite active and energetic, because they have learned practically and now they want to contribute back to our country. So they have started the small self-help organizations, small groups, and engage more persons with disabilities from their areas. It's not only the representation of one or two persons.
Right.
So that was quite interesting, like how they changed the society, their local areas. And at the same time, within the PUAN, we are going for the advocacy, because it's not only for the persons with disability. PUAN have a huge network. So why not the non-disabled people can get also the understanding about the disability, understanding and having some information how they can contribute. Because it's not only the medical or the different type of aspects. It's about human rights. We need education, we need health, we need employment opportunities. So why not all the non-disabled people can also take a part in it, and they can also play a role. On the organization level, like with the US Embassy, we have done 1 year project on the rights of women with disability. That was quite wide, because we have targeted more than 100 women with disabilities, trained them on gender and disability. So they came up with a real leadership role in both movements. So it's kind of like connections between the UN and international organizations. But from the experience of our exchange, these two programs were very positive, and now we are going to have a third exchange program quite soon in first week of April. And in that exchange program, we are engaging policy makers like Kaisa Malik and all. The parliamentarians are going with us, Ministry of Human Rights are going with us, Ministry of Health. So it's a huge network, or some people from the key stakeholders, they are going. So we could sit together, and interestingly, they are also coming back to Pakistan. This is first time, it's a two-way exchange. Not only we are going, but in August they will come back, and we will have more meetings and see like how we could together create a change on the policy, on the grassroots level, which is the most deprived people in the country. So how we could reach to those people who are confined at homes and living like a prisoners.
Right.
Who's going to think about them? Because if we are just talking about the big level collaboration on networking, this is very important to target those people who never been out of their homes.
Yes. You're very right. Some great food for thought as well. Ali, would you like to add something?
Yeah, obviously, these exchange programs give another thought-provoking ideas that how we can engage in different thematic areas. Like we always talk about education, we always talk about the employment, but how we can engage person with disabilities in technology, because technology is one of those tools which make person with disabilities more empowered automatically, and so that's what we are doing with engaging with different, you can say, American-based organizations like Freedom Scientific, Apple, that help they can provide assistive technologies to Pakistan, and on the upcoming month, which is 31st of this month, we have a mobile app awards under that umbrella, and in that we are selecting 5 applications which providing assistive to a person with disability directly or indirectly. So that's the ideas which we are getting from US are now selling in Pakistan.
Oh, that's great, that's great. So you're actually integrating everything that you had learned over there.
Yes.
So what if I ask you to sum up your exchange experience in one word?
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Amazing and wonderful. That was easy, wasn't it? Alright, so Ali and Abia, are you guys ready for our quiz?
Yeah.
So it's very simple.
If it's related to disability, yes.
It's related to your knowledge about
Okay.
American culture, history, geography. We want to see how much you've actually learned.
Okay.
Apart from all the fun that
Otherwise, they will refund the all money.
Alright, so simple question, easy question. We are going to have around 5 questions, and we're going to see who can actually answer most questions correctly. And then we have a very tiny giveaway for you as well. Okay, it's a very simple giveaway, but we do have that. The first question is, we should have had some music, you know, leading up to this over here. Anyways, where is the Golden Gate Bridge located?
Golden Gate Bridge is in Florida. We have to tell the state now.
Yes.
There are 52 states, so it can be New York, it can be Washington.
Yeah, the probability is huge, isn't it? Alright, so let's.
San Francisco.
Yes! So, one for Abia. Yay.
You will
Alright.
get it, I guess.
Sorry? No. I'm sure she could. Alright. So, the next question is, since you were in the state of Oregon, what is another name for the state Oregon?
House of Nike.
Okay, let me give you a hint. So you've seen the flag of Oregon, right? And it's the only flag that actually has prints on both sides.
Yes.
So do you know on one side is a particular print of a particular animal?
Monkey.
No.
It's a.
I know, you went in 2013, it's like not to be mine.
No, I have. I know. My host father told me.
Your host father told me. You should probably take that as, as your answer. Do you have any guesses? It's called the Beaver State.
Beaver State.
Alright. This is very easy. Where is the Statue of Liberty located?
Colombia.
Colombia. And which state would that, city would that?
City.
It's one of the most popular cities. The most popular city though.
Las Vegas. Los Angeles.
Just a little east.
Little East.
A little east from there. No guesses? New York.
New York.
Yes. Okay, so right now we have Abia in the lead actually. She's actually winning. Alright, so did you guys go to Washington DC during your exchange program?
No.
You did not. So have you been to DC otherwise?
No.
No.
Okay, can you name any one memorial that's placed in DC?
There is the memorial of JFK, John for Kennedy.
JFK is in Kent.
Oh, it's
Can
in
take-
New York.
No, that's not in Washington.
Okay, the
White House.
three presidents. The three
White House.
presidents.
That's somewhere else actually. Sorry.
The three
White House.
White House is there, but a memorial.
memorial.
Make a guess. So You know, on Monday there was
Yeah.
special day
Yes.
celebration.
It's Martin Luther King.
Yes. The memorial of MLK is over there, definitely. Now we have the last question. And this is also very simple. Do you enjoy pop music?
Yes.
Both of you?
Yeah.
So have you heard American pop music?
Yes.
Yes?
A lot.
Okay. So which American pop icon is known as the king of pop?
Michael Jackson.
Yes, you're right! And that was our last question. So Ali, actually, Ali initially was sort of slacking off, but then he just came in with a little bit of help from this
The
end.
last question was so easy, so I know.
Yeah, I figured. But anyways, thank you so much. Oh yes, your giveaway. You want us to give it to you right now?
Up to you.
Give it to you later on as well. But yes, there is a giveaway. We're going to put up a photograph of this giveaway.
But that's fine. At least
Yeah.
a word, so you
Yeah.
have.
Oh, well, that's friendship for you. Yeah, that's both of them
So
work
the-
together as well. So they both represent STEP.
And the fellow.
Yes.
Same
And
exchange.
the-
Same exchange program as well. So I'm sure there's a lot of helping and a lot of friendship right there.
Yeah.
All right. So before we wrap up today's first Facebook Live chat, thank you so much for being here, by the way.
You're welcome. Yes.
This month on the Pakistan-U.S. Alumni Network Facebook pages, we're actually celebrating the diversity and how our alumni who've been on this particular program are actually contributing towards creating a more inclusive Pakistan. So on this particular note, is there, and we would like you, both of you, to actually give a parting message to our viewers who are watching us right now?
I would just say that this is very important because accepting the diversity. If you accept it and also work for the rights of persons with disabilities, this is very important because we have seen like 10 to 15% of the total population are persons with disabilities. So how we are seeing a little change, a little contribution can make a big change on in the lives of persons with disability. So how we could inclusively or jointly can bring the change. And PUAN is amazing. We always, like to be part of this family. But in the family, we need to target those who are completely excluded. So thank you.
Thank you,
so
Abia.
much.
And as I always say that inclusion is an outcome and a process as well. So let's start the process by including persons with disabilities on the table, asking them about their needs, empower them by taking decisions, and it will eventually bring a more inclusive society up as an outcome. So, and in PUAN, that's what we are doing as a board member. They have persons with disabilities. At the chapter level, they have disabled alumni, so definitely the outcome will be more inclusive in Pakistan and bringing more changes to the life of persons with disabilities who are living in a grassroots level.
Thank you so much, both of you. I'm grateful for having you here today with us in our first ever Facebook Live chat.
Okay.
So for those of you who are watching this right now, thank you so much for tuning in for our first ever live chat. You will be able to view this video on our YouTube channel pretty soon. Till then, stay tuned. You can view our social media accounts right underneath. So join us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and don't forget to visit our blog. And stay tuned because we still have a lot of fantastic stories coming up all this month, the month of January, on our alumni who went on the Disability Leadership Exchange Program. Take care, everyone. So till next time, we're saying bye-bye.
Bye-bye.